Hello everybody, the Doctor back. Star Trek Online, free to play, tactical character, Lieutenant Commander 17. Next mission. So in the last one, we learned a lot about the Davidians and where they're from, or what time period they're aiming for, and it is the 23rd century. Everything old is new. Obviously, the Davidians have found a way to harness this surge of trialic energy. The existence of the Davidian portal means they're traveling freely between the station and the present and in the past. Since 23rd century technology can't detect the Davidian phase shift, that time period is rife with potential victims. The only choice now is to stop the incursion at the source. You'll have to take that portal into the past and find out how the Davidians are creating this new surge of trialic energy. Stop them and find a way back without altering the timeline. Don't worry about temporal investigations. I'll pull a few strings. They'll never know that you were gone. Best to keep your team small just in case. And we'll get a retrofit phaser bank. So we need to go back to Drozana. Oh, we're here. Never mind. We are at Drozana, and we will continue the mission. Let's get closer so we can beam down. Okay, I need to go to the lower maintenance levels again. Now, I did make an update since the last video, like I said I was going to. I updated a couple of modules for my tactical kit. And I didn't update the kit itself because it's still Mark IV. It's still a very good kit and the best I can have right now at Lieutenant Commander. But what I did upgrade are a couple of the modules. I put on a new grenade module. This is a Mark III. Remember, we had Mark I before. Basically, that just means it's going to do more damage, and it knocks back more and that kind of stuff. So it's just a more powerful grenade than I had before. And then I also upgraded to the Mark III version of a rally cry. So this basically gives them hit points, damage resistance, critical chance, critical severity. So just an upgraded version of both of those powers. I got those from the regular weapon vendor. Not the exchange, but just the regular weapon vendor. They were only 1,000 energy credits apiece, so very affordable to just keep upgrading. Of course, you only get odd number mark levels with that vendor. You do not get even numbered mark levels, but still, it's better than the Mark 1s I had before. And I still have 22,000 energy credits left, so we're doing good. I sold everything from the last mission, so that's all good and done. And for some reason, it's only showing like Mark 1 down here on my hotbar. On my hotbar rally cry. It's showing the right stats on it, but it's only got a 1 beside it. So I don't know what the deal is there. Why it's not updating. But anyway, it is the correct ones. It's showing the right stats. So it's all good. It's all upgraded, all updated. Okay, we only get 2 people this time. Now, I'm a tactical officer. I don't think I want to take 2 tactical officers with me, only because I'm already a tactical officer. I would like to have a healer, which would be a science, and then maybe an engineer, have all 3 represented. Although Eliza Flores has kind of been my sidekick. Let's do this. Let's do Tavrel as my healer, because she's got medical tricorder. In fact, I need to work on her powers because she can have a better medical tricorder than 1. I could put medical tricorder 2 on her, or 3. So, or no, not at this level. I could put 2 on her, I guess. Anyway, I'll have to, maybe when we hit Commander, I'm going to look at my bridge officer powers better, because I know that they can be upgraded at this time. Alright, we'll take Eliza Flores just because she's good. Maybe she'll have some unique dialogue, who knows. We'll take Tavrel because she's got medical tricorder 1, just in case. And go. We'll just go without an engineer this time. Yeah, you want to keep updating your bridge officer powers, obviously, as time goes on as well. And I haven't been doing that, but we are only still Lieutenant Commander. When I get to Commander, a lot is going to be updated, I'll tell you that much. I'm going to go through everything and make sure I upgrade everything as much as possible. Commander is going to be a big one. Well, I guess each rank, really, or each level is a big one. Oh, it's dark. A properly modulated energy discharge should allow us to use this portal to follow the Davidians back through time. Once we get there, though, it might be a bit trickier to get back. We should bring as few people as possible to minimize the chance of distorting the timeline. Well, that's why I only brought 2. I can't even see you guys. Okay, we fired on it. Do I still even have... No, see, I don't even have my flashlight. It took it away from me. Take portal to the past. Actually, let's hide weapon, which I can't. Now I can. Take portal to the past. Here we are in the 23rd century. Welcome, everybody. We're still in Drozana Station, sir, just in the past. We need to be very careful here, Captain. If we damage the station or injure anyone, we could damage the timeline irrevocably. Even if Drake doesn't care about the Temporal Prime Directive, we should. We're still Starfleet officers, after all. Set weapons to heavy stun. We're still in the computer core, Captain. Strange, I wonder why there's nobody here. From what I remember about this time period, there should be someone here, even just a technician. If we can find the right parts, we could cobble together a subspace field emitter and perhaps get an idea of what the Davidians are doing here. But using 23rd century technology will make it more difficult. The Federation won't develop ways to detect the subspace variants that the Davidians used until almost a century from now. I'll make a list of equipment here that we can use to fine-tune Drozana Station's sensor array. We can probably find the regulatory components somewhere near the computer core, and an induction coil on the power systems level. So I gotta collect all kinds of parts now and MacGyver something together, I guess. I don't want everybody to show their weapons, but I can't hide the weapons on them. So this one's going to involve a puzzle, I know, and I'm always terrible at this puzzle. No wonder there's nobody here. The station is on medical alert. Non-essential personnel are confined to quarters, and the computer core is locked down. Unfortunately, that lockdown works both ways. No one can get in, but we can't get out either. Lucky for us that these old systems had some well-documented problems. It shouldn't be too difficult to override the controls. Sir, these old duotronic computers have a memory fault that makes them susceptible to overloads. An overload could cause it to lose processes, like one locking the door to the computer core. In this century, there shouldn't be any tasks that could overload them, but there's an infamous 24th century warp geometry problem that could be insoluble with the processing power available to the computer. If we set the consoles to divert processing to parts of this problem, we might be able to cause a memory overwrite that would make the computer lose its security lockdown. Of course, naturally, we need to overflow memory bank 1, overflow memory bank 2, and overflow memory bank 3. No memory faults detected. Critical system functions normal. Medical alert currently engaged. Reset non-critical processes. Okay, check memory bank 1. Queued. 2 queued. 3. Well, I just reset one that was already set anyway. Okay, well, I think we start with this one. I don't know how to do this, but I'm going to try. Okay, that's set. Then I think we hop up here to this one. Just thinking. I'm trying to remember how I did this the first or last time or whatever. Or the last time I did this. Let's switch that. I don't know if that's going to work or do anything. And let's go down to the other one. Oh, that did it. That did it. The door should open now. I just did that from memory. I thought, well, maybe that's what I did before. And I guess it was what I did before. Now, before we go through this door, there are personnel on this station. I'm just going to tell you there's a hidden accolade. If you do not fire on anybody in this mission here, you get an accolade for not firing on people. If you fire on them and stun them, you miss the accolade. So Klingons get a more interesting one. If you fire on everyone, you get an accolade. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put everybody in passive mode. I'm going to try not to. Switches all crew to a passive mode. Okay, everybody's on passive, so they shouldn't fire on these guys. And I'm not going to fire either. And I think we can... If we don't attack them, I think we can get the accolade. I'm going to try anyway. We'll see what happens. What are you doing down here? The station's on medical alert. Nobody's supposed to be in the computer core area but me. Hey, is that a weapon? Don't try anything or I'll have to stun you. I'm lost. The lift shouldn't have even let you come down to this level. How'd you get here? I was stuck on the lift when the station went to alert. This is where it let me out. You should have used the intercom to call for assistance. It's not safe to move about the station during a medical alert. Right. I should get back up to the main station areas. Follow me. I'm going to call security for an escort. But if I'm contagious, won't that be dangerous? I guess you're right. Look, just go up to the maintenance lift and get to the emergency medical center as soon as possible and get checked out. There's a doctor up there who has set up a triage center for the affected patients. Thanks. See, that's how you get around him. I don't have to fire on him. Could if I wanted to, but again, I'm going to try for this accolade, which means no fire on people. Before I do that, though, I need to go in here, don't I? Yes, there's a thingy I need in here. He's gone. Good. Let's get this. Found a duotronic relay. Hooray, I'm special. He's going to go in here. Watch this. As he goes in here, I should be able to lock him in, I think. Close and... no, I can't lock him in there. Never mind. Sir, I'm meeting a patrol team ahead. Since the station's on medical alert, they're probably following a standard pattern. We might be able to sneak past them or even lock them in one of the side rooms. Okay, he's gone. Okay, let's wait. Ooh, come back down. Let's see if this patrol goes by. Are they not going to go by? Here they come. Let's get out of the way. Dude, she activated a power. I said not to activate a power. Why'd you activate a power? I wanted them to pass so I could lock them in the room. Good, they passed. Now I can lock them in the room. Hi. Oh, they fired on me, you son of a gun. That might ruin my chances for the accolade right there because he fired on me. But I still didn't fire, so we'll see what happens. Well, I don't want to lock the door now. Well, so I totally messed that up. Okay, there's a person. Talk to the ensign. Oh, hey, you shouldn't be here. You should get up to the quarantine area. I'm on my way there right now. What are you working on? Oh, just running a level 3 diagnostic on this subsystem. The computers on this station are state-of-the-art. I can simulate an entire copy of this station and display every piece of it as a wireframe model. Perhaps you could show me. I'm really busy with the diagnostic. Should go up to quarantine. Excuse me. Let's see. That's impressive. I know, isn't it? I'm very fortunate to be able to work here. Working on a station like this really strikes home just how modern and new everything is. Is the subsystem tied to the main computer core? Yes, although it has its own memory and subprocessor as well. It can even work in parallel with the computer core's main processor. What happens when you tie it into the main computer's memory? Here, I'll show you. That's odd. The core is responding to my request. I need to talk to Lieutenant Myers. Make sure you get up to the quarantine area and get checked out by the doctor. Continue. That's how you get rid of her without having to knock her out. But I still need the parts from this thing. Let's wait till the door closes. Or it's not going to close. Okay, let's get the parts out of here. Okay, we need to first disable all power taps. Discharge static. Oh, wait. We need to touch static discharge plates. Unlock safety cage. Remove computer monitor. Good. Take plank regulator. Yes, I think I got it. Did I not? I did. Okay, good. Moving on. Let's get this thing over here. Okay. Now we can move on. Let's check out this other door first. Nope, no worky. Alright, here we go. This isn't the power distribution level, sir. Security's overridden the turbo lift. They must have detected our arrival. Station security will probably be here any minute now. If we're going to get out of this without a fight, we better look for alternatives quickly. We'll have to find a console that we can use to override the turbo lift so that we can keep going. I'm guessing this console? Okay, now we need to go through the Jeffries tube. I heard somebody firing. Another group of officers ahead. If we're cautious, we might be able to avoid them while they aren't looking. Use the command keys near your bridge officer portraits to direct their movement. Set them to passive mode if you don't want them to attack. Which I have. So there's a way to sneak around these people. Oh, well. Not when they're walking directly at you. I'm hiding from them. Ah, shoot, they're coming after me. How did they see me? Run! I don't want to fight them. I'm not going to fire on them. I want to try to do this. I don't want to attack. I think I just ruined my chances for the accolade anyway. I don't know how to subdue them without attacking. Shoot, now I'm going to die. Yep, that didn't work. Okay, respawn, 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 respawn. Oh, they're still gonna come after me. There's no way to get rid of them. They're in my way, they're where I need to be. That guy's stuck. They're just gonna keep firing at me, aren't they? I'm just gonna run through this way. Well, shoot, there's a lot more of them. I'm not gonna win this without fighting. Darn it, I wanted that accolade. But I don't know how to get rid of them. Because I gotta come in here and do a thing. I needed that console. How are you supposed to get around all of those officers? I don't know. And I had to come through here too, so how was I really gonna do any of that? I just don't know. See, I needed to come through here and take this lift. We should be able to find an induction coil on this level. Okay. This epidemic really is getting out of hand. I agree. Don't you look like that girl I saw downstairs? Ah, yes, Dr. Leonard H. Bones McCoy. You there, don't just stand there. Come over here and give me a hand. People are dropping like flies on this station, and it's all I can do to keep up. Who are you? McCoy, Leonard H., but this is no time for introductions. What's going on? Some kind of illness is affecting the people on this station. Blue flashes and ghost stories. There has to be a reason for it, and we need to stop it. People are dying here. What do you need me to do? As far as I can tell, all of these people reported seeing those strange blue flashes of light. Now they're all dying. They're worse than dead. They're worse than dead. They're worse than that. They're dead, Jim. Dead, Jim. Dead, Jim. They're worse than that. They're dead, Jim. Their brains are gone. Their brains are gone. Whatever this disease is, it's suppressing brain activity at an alarming rate. It's almost as if the energy between the neurons is being removed somehow. The blue flashes seem to be associated with a strange form of radiation. So we've set up the triage center here. That crazy engineer said that the power distribution station is heavily shielded. How should I know? I'm a doctor, not an engineer. The blue flashes are still happening anyway. We need some way to replace that neural energy, jumpstart their brains somehow. Tactical, like reinforcing a drained shield generator? I suppose that's one way of looking at it, but the mind is a much more complex and delicate instrument. Maybe that's the key. The brain might be able to restart itself if stimulated correctly. Give it the energy it needs and then a stimulus to make it spread throughout the nervous system. I'll need to know how much neural energy the survivors have so that we can figure out how much they've lost. Then we'll need to apply critical stimulators at the correct frequency. Cortical stimulators. It's no panacea, but it might save the lives of the crew. Saving these lives is important to making sure that everything turns out the way it should. Come on, grab a tricorder and start checking the neural activity on some of these survivors. Take note of your readings. We're going to have to calculate the differences from a healthy mind and determine the right frequency to stimulate the brain. A normal human neuron has a resting potential of negative 70 millivolts. Once you have some readings, we'll calibrate a cortical stimulator and try to revive some of these people. So negative 70 millivolts is the normal thing. Scan neural resting potential is negative 58 millivolts. Normal human neuron resting potential is 70. Exterior potassium levels elevated. Neurons limited to 0.15 millivolts. Active potential. Normal human active potential plus 30 millivolts. Scan for anomalous neural activity. Sodium and potassium ions depleted. Some neurons incapable of electrical response likely cause sudden change in neural voltage. Predict results, fatigue, blurred vision, dulled senses, loss of atomic functions. Y'all getting that? I hope you're writing this down, because I'm not. Neuron resting potential, negative 60. Normal is negative 70. I got that down. Interior neuron sodium ion levels, elevated sodium potassium gates damaged. Sodium potassium gates damaged by forcible ion movement likely cause sudden change in neural voltage. Predicted result, hallucinations, loss of motor function, nervous system. Wow, yeah, I got it. I'm a tactical officer. Why am I doing this? Where did McCoy go? He disappeared on me. Stop running away from me. Ready to try some neurosurgery? Yeah, I'm totally qualified. Normal human neuron resting potential is negative 70 millivolts. Normal human neural activity is plus 30. So negative 70 plus 30. Neural charge at rest. At rest, neuron contains positively charged sodium ions exterior and positively charged potassium ions interior and exterior. So they're both positively charged, and the second one is interior and exterior. Action potential. Neuron opens sodium gate, sodium transistors to interior. Neural charge switches. Okay, let's see. Negative 70 plus 30. Then exterior and then interior and exterior. Both positive. Okay. Let's try this. Resting potential is negative 70. Action is plus 30 millivolts. The potassium channel states sodium potassium is external. No, wait. Sodium is external. Potassium is external and internal. I think that's it. He's just like, bleh. Shot him with it. I feel strange, but better. Oh, I think I did it. It worked. We need to get this to the commander. Okay, great. I did something. I'm a neurosurgeon. Oh, I could use this time to find an induction coil while he's doing his thing. La da 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 da. You don't see me. You don't see me at all. I'm finding an induction coil. I think I found one. Let's just break this piece of machinery. They don't need it. Okay, now we need to do a thing with a thing. Don't mind me, I'm just plugging this in here. It's working, sir. The emitter has adjusted the active scanners for the station. What do you make of these readings? Imaging shows that the station is becoming suffused with triolic radiation. The radiation is coming from Driffin's comet. The comet itself is emitting mass amounts of triolic energy. The Davidians must have realized that it's a natural source of the energy, and they're using it as an easy way to shift into sync with us. It's like riding behind the wake of a ship in the water. But that's not all they're doing. They're harnessing the triolic energy and infusing it with chronoton particles. With that, they could have enough energy to move the entire station out of phase, maybe even the entire sector. We have to stop them. The comet is the key, sir, but we can't do anything about this comet without a ship, and I don't think a 23rd century vessel is going to be able to do the job. With this information, it's clear that we have to find some way to destroy Driffin's comet. We can use one of the auxiliary reactors in sync with subspace emitter that we've hooked up to the station in order to make a temporary portal that will take us back to our time. Once we make it back, we'll have to report in and find a way to bring a ship back with us to destroy the comet. Well, that's kind of a complex plan. Use triolic energy to form a temporal portal. Hi there, McCoy. Guess I don't get to speak to you yet. I'm going all the wrong ways. I am like going the complete opposite direction I need to be going. Davidians. We have another problem. We've absorbed so much triolic radiation at this point that traveling through a gate could cause radiation poisoning. Normally we just use hyronolin to flush it out, but our medical supplies aren't protected against phase shifting. Our hyronolin supply is probably already irradiated. It isn't the sort of problem that comes up frequently. We'll need large doses of hyronolin to chelate out the existing triolic radiation and protect us for the transition back through the portal. There's one person who can probably get it for us. Oh, let me guess. McCoy. Something else you need? Actually, I've got a friend, you know, who took a little too much triolic radiation and could use some hyronolin. A friend, with all the radiation flares that this station is experiencing, we're probably going to be a little short hyronolin ourselves. I could maybe spare a hypo, but if your friend is getting radiation, he or she's on the station already. I'll need a double dose to chelate out any significant amounts of triolic radiation. You should never lie to your doctor or your bartender. That much radiation would mean you've experienced something close to the epicenter, like fooling around with triolic waves. You don't need green blood and pointy ears to know that's a bad idea. But when the people on this station really needed it, you came through. I appreciate that. I think I can spare a few doses. Just don't let the station's captain hear about it. Thanks. Look, I'm not sure who you are or where you came from, but I'm not the one to look a gift horse in the mouth. I'm just an old country doctor, but I know better than to ask too many questions about a little unexpected help. You probably shouldn't loiter around here too much longer, or people will start to ask questions. I'm going to put these cortical stimulators to good use. And thanks, you've saved a lot of lives today. If you say so. Yay, I can return to my own time. And here we are in our own time, just like that. Didn't even have to go through a portal. So, Driffin's comet is the source of the triolic radiation. That explains a lot. However, we cannot simply destroy it in our time. The Davidians have the means to go back to the 23rd century and harness its energy there. However, that will be their only other chance. Before that, there's no Dorzana station, so there's no place that will be close enough to the comet's trajectory to be of use to them. The only logical solution is to alter the past, destroy the comet there, and save the Federation. As it happens, I have access to a way to transport your ship back to the 23rd century. It's risky, but I think the odds are in your favor, and if they aren't, there's always time for another try. I'll make the arrangements. Stay in touch. Of course, he just happens to have a way to send our ship back to the past. Collect reward.
Lieutenant Commander.
Now we are Lieutenant Commander 18. It's like we're ranking an entire level each time we do a mission. That's quite a bit of leveling potential there. Anyway, let's spend some skill points, of course. Continue putting in here. I can max that out. Excellent. And that's all for now. Okay, that'll help anyway. That'll help for the next mission, because we're going to be doing a space mission. Or so there will be some space action in the mission anyway. Alright, so the reward that we got is this retrofit phaser bank Mark IV. Now, I'm not going to need it because I'm going to use cannons or continue to use cannons on this ship. And I've already got a Mark IV phaser beam array right there anyway. My commander ship, I'm probably going to go all cannons for the first time and do away with a phaser. We'll see. But I don't need this. It's a nice phaser bank. I could always replay the mission if I needed one. But it's Mark IV. I'm about to surpass Mark IV in a couple levels anyway, so not needed. There is one thing I wanted to show you. There's, I believe, I might not be able to get it till the end of the mission. But there's a thing you can buy here called a comic cocktail. Comet cocktail. So if you buy this comet cocktail and you get a tribble and put them together in your inventory and just leave them there and let them breed, you will get a triolic tribble. So that is how you get a triolic tribble. You can basically breed them like that. Okay. Well, the next mission is going to end this whole Davidian storyline and get back to the Klingon War after that. It is called Night of the Comet, so get ready, everybody. We're about to take our ship into the 23rd century. Thank you all for watching. Stay tuned for the next one.